Let's explore the new 3D graphing capabilities from Desmos at desmos.com/3D. Now you can see that I've got a paraboloid graphed here for us, and I've animated it, which is super easy to do. Let me click and stop the animation. In order to animate this, I'm just going to click, hold, and spin it. And if I spin it faster, it goes faster. If I instead click on it to stop the animation, and if I spin it downwards, it spins it that way, which is a really fun tool. Now, in terms of that graph, you've got some really familiar tools in the upper right-hand corner. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. I can also click on the wrench to change some additional graphing settings, including dark mode, which is reversing that contrast. I also like to have translucent surfaces checked. If it's unchecked, then you're not able to see through our surfaces. Let me go back and check that one. You can also change the X, Y, and Z bounds for each of those axes, and then you can click on and off of any of your labels. And then finally, I can click on the home button to get to my default view. Now I want to change this paraboloid into another surface so that we can do some more exploring. I'm going to replace that Z with the number 9. Now we're just looking at that circle of radius 3. I can click on my XY plane, so I'm looking just in that direction, and I can see that it is just the circle. But if you take a look underneath the equation, it gives me the 3D option. And I know that in 3 dimensions, because Z is missing, Z can take on any value. So I'm going to click on Extend 3D, and I'm going to click, hold, and just drag this around so that we can see that we actually have a circular cylinder. Let me change this a little bit further. I want to change this into an ellipsoid. So let's divide by an a squared and a b squared. And then we'll put in plus z squared equals 1. So I've typed in the equation for an ellipsoid, but you see that it's got an add slider option. And I'm going to go ahead and add a slider for all 3 of these, A, B, and C. You can also change the parameters on these sliders by just clicking on the slider letter, and then I want them to be from 0 to, say, 5. Now I've got a nice little animation here where I can see that as I change C, I am changing my ellipsoid. I'm extending that in the Z direction. Changing B extends it in the Y direction, and changing A extends that, there you go, extends that in the X direction. I can even add some points by just typing in the coordinates of a given point, and I've got that point right there. I'm excited to see what Desmos has next.